What's up, gamers? Fame Entertainment here from LV1Gamer.com, and today we're diving into the depths of Norse mythology with Senua Saga Hellblade 2. This is the highly anticipated sequel to the critically acclaimed Hellblade Senua Sacrifice, a game that released in 2017. I have personally been waiting 7 years for this sequel. It is a game I've been anticipating, as you can see, for a very long time, so I'm super excited. So let's get ready to experience a game that will push the boundaries of what you thought was possible on console gaming.
Find the other offering. They can hear us. We cannot hear you.
Now I gotta tell you guys, Hellblade 2 is not your typical third-person action-adventure, over-the-shoulder style game, right? This game is an experience that will leave you breathless and emotionally invested like you never have before. Those who have played the first game, you definitely know what I am talking about. Ninja Theory has really outdone themselves with this masterpiece, weaving an emotional charged narrative that delves deep into the psyche of its protagonist, one of my favorite of all time, Senua. Now, this game is set in the hauntingly beautiful landscape of Night Century, Iceland. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 takes you on a harrowing journey through Norse mythology and Senua's ongoing struggle with psychosis. Now, this game's portrayal of her experience is both captivating and harrowing, with the voices in her head constantly berating and belittling her, yet also pushing her forward, as her survival is extremely important to her because to her voices in her head, they're real people. They have their own personalities. If she dies, they die. Something that would be one of the most talked about things with Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is the visuals, because yes, this is a visual masterpiece of cinematic storytelling and technical prowess. Ninja Theory really did their thing here with Unreal Engine 5. The graphics are absolutely breathtaking, pushing the boundaries of what's possible on the Xbox Series X. From the very beginning, the details to from the stunning landscapes to every frame is a work of art. And the audio design, listen, you know you got to put headphones, right? Because it is unparalleled, creating an immersive landscape that perfectly complements the visuals. The audio for this game is as important to anything else in this game. We talked about, and you guys know about, the previous games, the voices that we hear, the footsteps that we hear, the distress that we feel because of what we hear are extremely important to this game. And I really love what they did with the audio. They took what they did perfectly from the original Hellblade game, and they doubled down on that with Hellblade 2.
His world will come.
Other than the graphics and the audio, which again are absolutely perfect, a point of contention that a lot of gamers will talk about and want to know more about is the combat of this game, right? I said before, this is an action adventure game, not your typical one, because this is an experience. So you're not going to get the typical hack and slash you would from other games such as God of War. This game is a little bit more grounded and more about the story than it is action, but there is a lot, comparatively speaking, of action in this title. Now, retaining some of the core gameplay mechanics from its predecessor, Hellblade 2 introduces several improvements and refinements, including faster pace and more intense combat encounters. The use of motion capture technology results in a fluid and dynamic animations, making each fight feel urgent and unpredictable. On top of that, the weight you feel for every single battle feels very important. From an enemy you think maybe just a typical grunt can really make you sweat because his movements are different and it's very intense. And let's keep in mind, Senua isn't a superhero. She doesn't have godlike power. She is a human. She's a human that's going through a lot of different things, and she's become a warrior throughout her trials and tribulations throughout the title. Now, in this game, she does continue where she left off in the first game, and she continues moving forward to destroy and take out the Northmen who have enslaved her people, who are taking people as sacrifices, and she wants to stop that. Now, as she's going through, a lot of people really would have loved to see her gameplay and her abilities as a warrior be shown. Unfortunately, if you were expecting two-handed weapons or to have her with her typical sword, her mirror, which allows her to slow down time, and a shield, unfortunately, you're not going to get that. Myself personally, I did really expect for her to expand on her combat skills. Now, that's not to say what we have in this game is bad per se, but for a lot of people, and this includes myself, someone who is a super fan, I really wanted more out of the combat. Again, I cannot stress enough how each and every fight feels very intense. There is no time when you're facing two enemies at once. It's always a one-on-one battle. You complete and finish one enemy in a very brutal and beautiful way, and then you move on to the next. But each one, whether it's someone who was considered a grunt, a smaller enemy, or one that can be considered a boss or a bigger type enemy, each one feels the same, and it's very weighted, and it's very important. You cannot die, and you feel that with every single battle in Hellblade 2. Now, it has been known, it has been advertised that Hellblade is not a 100-hour game. It's not a 50-hour game. It's not a 20-hour game. And unfortunately, it's not even an 8 to 9 hour game. For myself personally, I was able to complete Hellblade 2 with around 6 hours. Now, Hellblade 2 does ensure a tightly focused narrative without unnecessary filler, which I absolutely love. While some may want, this compact experience is a double-edged sword, allowing the game to maintain its consistent pace and immersion. You don't want a game like this to drag on and feel like we're not getting where we need to be. That filler. We do not want this in this type of game. But the other side of that means you're going to get a 6 to 8 hour experience. For myself, it was 6. Now, there are lore stones that you can look for and take your time for to locate and find. For myself personally, I played the original Hellblade twice, once on PS4, once on Xbox, and I'm missing an achievement and a trophy on them both because I did not find one particular stone. During my first playthrough, I missed about 4, and I'm going to be completely honest, I wasn't necessarily looking for them. Somebody just happened to come across. Between those lore stones and some other things I don't really want to spoil, you can find throughout the game that if you take your time, you can really stretch this out to about an 8 to 9 hour experience if you're really just going slow. But for purpose for review, I didn't walk very much. I did use the LB, which is the run in places where you would walk. There were a lot of times where I did take my time and walk through because I did want to enjoy how beautifully crafted this game is. But I did hold that LB button a lot to run through it because I did want to be able to get through the experience and to be able to have this review up and on time. But seeing how I am in love with this game, I will be doing another playthrough. That playthrough may take me, 8 hours or so because I will take my time more. But again, this is a double-edged sword. We want to get in and get out. I believe this game is about $50. It's available on Xbox Game Pass. So for some people, that may be too much for a 6-hour experience. But if you're someone who loves an amazing story, if you're someone who doesn't want filler, you want to get right to the point, get in and get out and just be starstruck and in awe over a great experience, this is a perfect game for you.
If this is true.
Now, I have to mention this again. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is more than just a game. This is an experience that demands to be savored and appreciated for its artistic and technical accomplishments. From breathtaking visuals to haunting audio design to its emotionally charged narrative and refined gameplay, this sequel delivers on its promise of its predecessor while taking the series to new heights. If you're willing to embrace its unique vision and dive headfirst into Senua's harrowing journey, this game is an absolute must-play. I say that and also understand that this game is not for everyone. If you're looking for a action-packed, again, God of War style game, you're not getting that here. Devil May Cry, you're not getting that here. If that's the type of game you're looking for, I can say as someone who may seem a little bit biased because in 2017, this was my game of the year. Again, I've been waiting 7 years for this experience and I absolutely love it. I understand that this game may not be for everyone. I understand for a lot of people, the pace may be too slow. I understand for a lot of people, there isn't a lot of action or combat that they may want in a video game. But for those people who can go into this game understanding what it is and accept it for what it is, I definitely think you will enjoy it. Again, if you're looking to play Hellblade 2, it is available on Xbox and PC. You can play it for $50, or you can download it and play it now on Xbox Game Pass. For Hellblade 2, I did give it a score of 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this game, and I believe so many people will as well. Well, folks, that's it for my review of Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content at lv1gaming.com. If you want to read my review to get a little bit more detail of what I thought about this game, please go to lv1gaming.com and check it out. You guys were amazing, and I'm out.